Williams double team. Here is Gaines. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
There's Freak. Nice D from Williams.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And so in the game for the Jayhawks, we've got Williams, and it's Calderon in at the 3 spot. Gaines, no luck.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smart in his choice making.
What a good time for the three-pointer. The fast break had the D scattered all over the place.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Williams kicks to Dedman. Pass to Gaines. From 11 feet away. That one off the back iron and out.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And it's Freak missing. Kansas trails by 6. Outside Williams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The Jayhawks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
And that one falls for Williams. And the Bruins going here with the whole. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
And guys, I think we may see some strategies being adjusted here as we get into the second half. Still plenty of time to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Freak has done a good job of getting his team in this position, and they got themselves a bit of breathing room in the first half, and all they have to do the rest of the way is manage the lead.
Freak in at point guard. Campbell is out there with Looney. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the 5. And for Kansas, we've got Oubre, and it's Terry in at power forward.
You know, sometimes you can see how a player can lead on the floor from the sidelines, and you see that with Freak. I mean, he's got the skills and athleticism as a point guard in addition to the leadership, too.
And guys, people often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that, but guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry have incredible skill, but their leadership on the floor is equally as important. Freak is a floor general in their mold.
And for the Bruins, Freak, he's in at the point. Looney out there with Campbell. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the 5 down low. Lee kicks to Oubre. Lee left side. And easy 2 points on the layup. Lee's got his first 2 points of the night.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
They set the pick. Gaines dishes to Terry. Fades and shoots. And it's Terry again missing.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Freak. Lays it up and banks it in. Freak's got 12 points in the game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last
attacking the paint, plain and simple.
Now here's Lee. Takes the three. Lee with another miss. Freak with it. He's against Lee. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Terry. Fresh pulls it in.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Now here's Freak. Tight defense on him. Here's Campbell. Shot is off. And Kansas the other way now. Kicks it to Gaines. And that'll be Kansas's ball as it goes out of bounds. The Jayhawks able to keep the ball here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes.
Platoon swap here for Kansas. Kansas trails by 8. And so in the game for the Jayhawks, they've got Frazier. He's out there with Oubre. And it's Lee in at the point guard position. Now here's Lee. Here's Gaines. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke. You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA and honors in high school and has carried that same work ethic to college as well. As he prepares for his games, he truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
And the Jayhawks making a change here. Dedmon's checked in. .146 left here in the second half. Gaines kicks to Lee. Good ball movement here by the Jayhawks. The three. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Freak with it. Guarded now by Duncan. It's tipped. Lee outside. He feeds it to Gaines. Here's the floater. He lays it in.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
And another hit. Shot made once more from Freak. And UCLA leads by 8. And the Jayhawks with possession. .103 left in the second half of basketball. Lee kicks it to Gaines.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in. And that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pulls up, high post, and that one's good.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's Freak. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And so here's Kansas, trailing here by 8. And there's the feed to Oubre. Nails it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And it's the Bruins with the ball. And they go to the intentional foul. Here's UCLA, and that's an intentional foul. There's 14 seconds left here in the second half of the game. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Here's Freak. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Now here's Oubre. Kept alive. So it's UCLA picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless. Welcome, everyone, to the final game of the college basketball season. Tonight, we will crown the winner of this year's tournament. And no matter what the outcome here tonight, what a ride it has been. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers facing the UCLA Bruins.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some
inside. There's Decker. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on, and this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
Here's Fresh. Freak with it. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. The pass to Fresh. Kicks it to Freak. Poked away. Stolen by Decker. In transition. Here come the Badgers. Drops in the breakaway layup. Decker's got his second bucket tonight.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor. Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well. You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go quickly. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Hill dishes to Conley. He feeds it to Wade. Pass to Hill. From deep. Can't hit. The Bruins go the other way with it. Now here's Freak. He's got 5. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Freak's got 8.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Outside Conley. Here's Gibson. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
You know, Wisconsin has not historically had a lot of players in the NBA. That number, however, could be growing in the next few seasons. I mean, they have a few, but for the most part, their winning has come through solid team play.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal.
The Bruins going here with a whole new group out there. Here's UCLA. In the NBA with their recent success, Frank Kaminsky being the most recent NBA product.
And Kaminsky isn't alone. Sam Decker on that squad will be coming out. John Boyd and Greg Steelsman, Devin Harris are all fellow Wisconsin alums. You look at the list and you see a lot of guys who know how to do the little things for a team.
And for the Badgers, Peyton is out there with Hawkins. And it's Dawkins, and it's Conley in at the 3 spot. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Fresh is out there with Thomas. Then there's Irvin, and it's Starks in at the 1 spot. And it's Peyton, that time on the assist by Conley.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And for the Badgers, Hawkins is out there with Peyton. And it's Dawkins. And it's Conley in at the small forward. Hawkins kicks to Walker. Great D that time from Thomas.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the...
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. The Bruins on top as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And we'll see you right back here. And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And, Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Freak, he's in at the point. Looney out there with Campbell. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the center. And for the Badgers, we've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the power forward.
What a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
The Bruins leading by 4. There's Freak. On the 3 off target. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The shot by Hawkins, no good.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
They get it again. Here's Campbell. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And UCLA leads by 6.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
On the defensive end, I want some of you to crash the glass and get control of the ball. The rest of you, leak out so we can get some easy transition points.
And some changes here for the Bruins. Johnson, he's checked in for Looney. Morris comes in for Campbell. And Freeze subbed in for Fresh. Hill has the open look. And again, it's the Badgers missing. The Bruins leading by 6. And here's Freak. 17 points in the game. A 3 ball. The Badgers pull it in.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, it looks like he used up all his mates in the last game.
Hill gets to Wade. It's back to Hill. Here's Conley. Knocks down the step-back J.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Some fantastic numbers here for Freak. 18 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those three-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
Irving's checked in for UCLA. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Fisher's checked in. Outside Hill. Conley kicks to Fisher. A 3 ball. Can't get it to go. The Bruins go the other way with it. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley.
You could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Here's Johnson, the turnaround jumper.
he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Freak in at point guard. Irving is out there with Johnson. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard. Walker. That's short off the rim. The Bruins leading by 8. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Here's Payton. Morris with the block. Outside Irving. Freak with it. He's picked up by Hill. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. And to get open is Johnson. Bangs it in from 13 feet out. The basket from Freak. Wisconsin trails by 10. Outside Hill. And Walker kicks to Hill. Back to Walker. And out of bounds as the Bruins gain possession.
That's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess.
So it's UCLA picking up the win. And what?
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good.
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100% off the record. Didn't happen. We weren't even here. Capiche? Capiche means understand in Italian. Capiche?
Capiche.
Freak insisted that I have his entire family here. And I think it's great that he has a good support system around him. I've been doing this a very long time, and I work with some of the best. Now, let me rephrase that. I work with the best, and the best always seem to have a great support system around them. A family, if you will, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's cut to the chase. Leaving college early now and entering this year's NBA draft is the right move right now. And when you sign with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent, I will make sure you are well taken care of. I will make sure you are protected. With this freaking environment, I love it, freaking environment. This freaking environment thing you do when you get hot, freak, we're gonna make you more money off the court than you will on.
We already have endorsements and things like that in line, so.
Cece, I said we because we're gonna do this together. We're a team. We're Team Freak. But Freak, you need to be in the league first, right? That's why I'm here.
No, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Pagnotti, but like I told you before, I already promised my parents 4 years of college. That's the plan, man.
That's right.
Plans change, Freak. Listen, in life and in basketball, you need to adapt and change to the situation at hand. Now, even if you have the greatest coach and they draw up the greatest play and all the X's and O's make perfect sense on paper, you still need to react to what the defense shows you and then make your move. This is the right move. This is the right move now. And 4 years of college is a great plan for basically anybody. But you're not just anybody. You are the greatest collegiate talent I have ever seen shoot, dribble, pass, and defend a basketball my entire time on this great planet Earth. Now, Miss Martha, Mr. Pete,
we met working at the post office together. Mark was the clerk and I was a carrier. And I asked her out to lunch one time and take her for a bagel around the corner from where we worked.
A bagel?
A bagel, yeah.
With cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Split down the middle?
Split down the middle. Love at first sight.
Yeah?
I believe that. It was true. It happened to me.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the sixth pick in the NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky. With the seventh pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay from Dallas, Texas. With the eighth pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona. With the ninth pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Frank Kaminsky from the University of Wisconsin. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Justice Winslow from Duke University. With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Miles Turner from the University of Texas. With the 12th pick in the NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Trey Lyles. With the 13th pick in the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select the 19-year-old point guard from UCLA.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibrations. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady, Yvette. My dude, Vic.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, hold him in the building all day, yo.
All right.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go.
Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on official NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school, and he could be on the NBA clock.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Chandler Parsons out there with Powell. Then there's J.J. Barea, and there's JaVale McGee. Then it's Felton in at the 2 spot.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. On defense, Phoenix. They lead by 4. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Knight. Fast break. Here come the Suns. A nice shot by Tucker.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Felton dishes to Barea. There's a good screen. Another miss by Barea.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
It'll count. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. No shortage. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know,
Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective. Completely new group on the floor. Phoenix leading by 5 on the court for the Mavericks. JaVale McGee is out there with Powell. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Wesley Matthews on the wing.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at the crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not matured to the point that you would have expected.
From the wing, and the basket good. Knight's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And for McGee, it looked like he had taken a positive step last year when it was announced he would sign with Boston. The front office even came out and sang his praises. Then negotiations fell apart and McGee didn't play again for the rest of the season. Another in a long line of disappointments over his career. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Knight kicks to Freak for the 3. And Knight with the assist that time. Freak scores his first basket here in the NBA at the big.
You know, regarding McGee, he spent most of his career eyeing the money. He forced his way out of Washington partly because of it. Didn't sign with the Celtics because he wanted to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. He has to show that he can still play if he wants somebody to really pay.
The Mavericks have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Williams. Now here is Knight. He's got 5. He feeds it to Lure. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lure's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
Williams. No good trying to beat the buzzer. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Suns up. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out of it. And here is Felton. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Suns, Freak, he's in at the point. Goodwin out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Ronnie Price, and it's Lure in at center.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
And here's Price for 3. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Parsons with it, now defended by Goodwin. Free throw line jump shot, buries the jump shot. Parsons got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Dallas. Phoenix has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Price outside. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. The shot is off. Felton with some nice D. Dallas shooting 28%. A rocky performance for them offensively. Parsons, right side.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Second free throw, no good.
You know, trying to think back on all of the last-second losses for the Suns last year, guys. Heck, the Clippers, Milwaukee, Houston, the Grizzlies, Kings, and Warriors. Ouch.
And, you know, what is worse for the Suns in last year's buzzer beaters? A lot of them were from big men. Griffin hits a 3, Cousins hits a deep 2. Big men hitting big shots against them. At least they know it can't be as bad this year.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
And as long as you keep getting quality looks, the coaches should have no complaints. Play with confidence.
Lee gets the bucket.
Assist goes to Devin Harris.
Freak with it. Dishes it to Tucker. There's a good screen. Price, the pass to Tucker. He kicks it to Freak. The Mavericks pull it in.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
To the inside. Mejri can't hit. Now the Suns take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Tucker dishes to Freak. And it's off from three-point range. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. Though. Pretty nice efficiency there.
Boy, that was a pretty feed from Raymond Felton.
That'll be a Suns timeout. All right, Phoenix, keep it going for your Suns dancers.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Phoenix leading by 22. Holman here now for an injury report.
Unfortunately, guys, he said it doesn't look good. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it and better than ever.
Greg, I sure hope you're right. I mean, there are just so many uncertainties when it comes to dealing with injuries, though. Let's hope for the best.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Suns.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series, folks. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against the Mavericks.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Bledsoe. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Eric Bledsoe. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jets.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
The fading amber light gleaming over the Valley of the Sun here in Phoenix, Arizona. Last outing for Phoenix, they won that game against the New Orleans Pelicans. And what a fight they put up. Great resilience to storm back down the stretch.
That was a different team in the fourth quarter than what we saw in the first 3. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
Most definitely a switch flip for them in the fourth, and they finally started playing up to their ability, and it certainly came at just the right time, not a moment too soon.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Bogut in at the 5. Bledsoe. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he'd been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
Now Booker, after the missed 3 from Iguodala.
Stick it to
Azili comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. To the middle, here's Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 7 points for Steph Curry.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you.